My name is Savoy Chocho, and working together with the educational team at the Zambia Institute of Marketing, I'm going to show you how students should have attended to questions in this paper. In the previous lesson, I showed you how to prepare the statement of profit or loss for the year ended 31st March 2020 for the account of Cholo Mumba. This was question 2 of the 2020 exam for basic finance. Or do you say in the subject basic finance? And so, in showing you how to have prepared the statement of profit or loss, we were attempting a requirement that students needed to prepare the statement of profit or loss. The second part was for students to prepare the statement of financial position, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this particular video. So let's get straight to it. As always, you always start with the name. Okay, so it's Cholo Mumba. What is it? It's a statement of financial position. Financial position as at 31st March 2020. Okay, that's how we start. And what do we do first? Look, the statement of financial position is really about the assets and liabilities of the business. The assets and liabilities of the business. And what we need to take note of in this particular case is that there's a cost to all this. So we'll put cost. And then, because we may have done one or two things to the assets, for example, remember when we looked at the motor vehicle or the machinery, there was depreciation that was added to the machinery. And so we need to take note of accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Okay. Maybe I may need to move this a little bit. Okay, so I need to create some space here. Okay, so let me just do this. Yeah, okay, that's better. That is the better. Okay, not very better. All right, let's see what else I can do here so that you'll be able to see everything as I write it down. Okay, so okay. Costs. Okay. Accumulated depreciation like that. Okay, then we'll put the net value here. Okay, sorry about that. I just needed you to see. I love making sure that, look, when you present your work, it must be neatly done. That's the point, really. Okay, that your work must be neatly done. And so let's start with assets. Now we need to categorize our assets, and you know that there's non-current assets. Okay, so non-current assets. I'm just worried about space here. I don't think it'll be too clear. I need it to be clear. It's important that it's clear so that you are able to see. Okay, all right, okay, it should be off. It should be okay like this. Okay, so when we talk about non-current assets in this particular case, non-current, it's moved again. Technology. Okay, so what are non-current assets? Okay, so under non-current assets we have motor vehicle. Remember, non-current assets that last longer than 12 months. Okay, so what was the cost? What was the cost for the motor vehicle? I still need to compromise on some space here. Okay, so the cost for the motor vehicle is here. We're given 18,500. So we're going to put let me just do this. 18,500. It's doing that because of space. Okay, 18,500. The other non-current assets that we have is machinery. Okay, machinery. Spelling machinery in bozai. Machinery, yeah, like that. What's the cost for the machinery? Let's see. Machinery 16,000. Okay, so 16,000, like that. Okay, but then there was depreciation. There was depreciation that was applied. There was depreciation that was applied both to the motor vehicle or on the motor vehicle and machinery. And we need to look at the expenses here. So what was the depreciation for the motor vehicle? The depreciation for the motor vehicle was this amount. Okay, it was 3,700. 3,700. Okay, so let me just do this. So it was 3,700. Okay, and also there was depreciation that was applied on the machinery. How much? Machinery 4,000. 4,000, like that. Okay, good. So if this is depreciated, then the net depreciation is going to be this from this. It's going to be this from this. That's going to be the net depreciation. You just move that there like that. Okay, so all right, so it's this, subtract that. Okay, and for machinery, it is this from this. Okay, so quickly it's going to be that, subtract that. Okay, 12,000. Good. Now, do we have any current assets? Yes, we do have current assets. Yes, we do have current assets. We have got inventory. And the inventory is how much? The inventory is here under here. Inventory, this is the inventory. All right, so since we're dealing with it now, I'm going to take it. The inventory is, this is the amount here, 4,550. 4,550. Okay, we'll put the inventory there. Then we have also receivable. Do we have receivable? Yeah, we remember the receivables. Okay, so we have trade receivables. How much were the trade receivables? The trade receivables was that's the amount. Then we also have bank. We had money in the bank. Money in the bank. Bank. Let's see. Here it is, 750. Okay. Then we also have prepayments, rent. You know, it's important to be very clear. Rent prepaid. So write it in full. Rent prepaid was how much? Rent prepaid. What is that rent prepaid? You go to rent prepaid. Rent prepaid. Rent prepaid. The rent prepaid was given under additional information, and it was 200. Now, why is rent prepaid an asset? Follow me carefully. If the tuition fees that you pay, it's 3,000 kwacha, but you pay more and you pay 3,500 kwacha, you have paid in advance. Let's assume that each subject is 500 kwacha, so you have paid in advance an additional 500 kwacha. It means that at the beginning of the next semester, the school has your money. How much? 500 kwacha. And so it's an asset, meaning what you have paid, it's an asset, it's yours, you have just paid in advance, so meaning you deserve a service. Rent prepaid 200, and this information was given this information was given under additional information. Okay, good. I hope you're getting it. We should be done shortly. So pretty much this is it. Okay, and these same figures are what you would put under this side, connect. All right, so I'm not going to do that for now. Are we done? No, we are not yet finished. We need to take note of our capital. How much is capital? We're given under this side. Capital 15,850. There it is. All right. Now, as you already know, we need to add net profits. Add net profit. And how much is a net profit? We get it from the statement of profit or loss, and here it is, net profit. Okay, this is this. Okay, all right. Okay, then less drawings. Okay, drawings, like that. That's a spelling for drawings. Less drawings. Drawings is here. There we go. All right, so the net value for all this in particular is going to be, I'm going to write it right over here. It's going to be, I'm going to use a formula here for these, like that. All right, it's going to be 21,550. Are we done? No, we have to take into consideration liabilities, and we have current liabilities. Okay, what liabilities do we have? We have trade payables. Trade payables, my trade payables is here. Trade payables, it's 13,800. Trade payables, it's 13,800. Okay, what else do we have? Wages plus, okay, wages and salaries. Salaries accrued. Okay, and where do we get this particular information? Oops, space again. Oh, okay, maybe if I move this there. Okay, space there, is that going to be good enough? Okay, so wages and salaries accrued, we were told under 3 here, wages and salaries accrued at 31st March 2020 is 3,500. So we'll put 3,500 like that. Okay, that's our wages and salaries accrued. So now, this is very important. It's possible that there are things that may have gone wrong, but let's find our net values. Let's start by finding our net values. So the net value for our current liability is going to be this plus this. Okay, so I'm going to put the net value. Okay, let me just put it there, in fact, instead of putting it right over there. So let me put it here. The net value is these two right there. Okay, this is the net value for our current liabilities. This is the net value for this particular part of the statement of financial position. We haven't done the net value for this side. Okay, let's talk about our current net value for current assets. I'm trying to show you. Look, listen, I am doing everything. I am finding the answer as I am working right now. I'm doing it like I'm doing it. It would have taken much lesser time if I wasn't multitasking, but I'm multitasking now. I'm mindful of my position to the microphone. I'm mindful about everything that's happening around me right now to ensure that this video is done. Okay, but in the absence of all that, guys, this question can be completed in 20 minutes, even less. Okay, so let's see. Current assets. Okay, this is a total current assets. Okay, so let me take you through assets again. Okay, so let's see. Current assets. So what's the total for our current assets? Total for current assets. I'll write it there. Okay, so I will write sum total for our current assets 13,000. Okay, and the total for non-current assets, is it going to be, let's see, this? Okay, so I'm going to put formula sum these two like that. Yeah. Okay, 26,000. Okay. Now, what am I trying to do? This takes us back to the accounting equation. The only way that you can figure out whether your statement of financial position is correct is by looking at your accounting equation. Now, the accounting equation, to remind you, is the accounting equation, is or was? It's assets. Is it assets? Assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. This is very important. If you look a balancer, when you look at your total assets here, maybe I should actually create a position for create some space. Let's see. Okay, let me just move that down here a bit like that. So that I have total assets. Okay, total assets. So the value for total assets is this one plus this one. Okay, so I'm going to do this, get this, add this. Okay, now the question here is, if we look at this particular equation, assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. Let's take our assets. How much for our assets? Not assets, capital. Okay, owner's equity, this one. Capital, owner's equity, this amount, 17,000, this one, 17,300. Okay, 17,300 plus liabilities. So let's see if assets is equal to capital plus liabilities. So let's start with capital. And when I talk about capital, by the way, I am referring to owner's equity, which is this here. So the value of owner's equity is this amount over here. Okay, so I'll pull the calculator out. It is 21,505. Now, I want to see that if I add this to the total liability is this one here, okay, which is how much? 17,300. Does it give me total assets of this amount? No, it doesn't. It means that something here has gone wrong. As long as your owner's equity plus liability does not equal to the total assets, it means that something is wrong. Now, I did that deliberately because I want to show you how you correct this. And this is what the exam is all about. You are being trained to be able to identify a problem and resolve it. That is what the training is all about. The exam is there to see whether you are actually able to resolve the problems. So let's look at our statement of financial position again. So yes, it has to balance. This part correct, this part correct. Okay, fine. Non-current assets, there's motor vehicle, 18,500. Good. Accumulated value, accumulated depreciation, 3,700. Where did we get this? We got this 3,700 from here because we calculated it. We calculated 20% of the motor vehicle. Now, notice that there's something else here. There's something else that we're being told about this particular asset. And that something else is over here. That there is accumulated depreciation on the motor vehicle. So meaning this motor vehicle has already been depreciated. So there's accumulated depreciation on the particular motor vehicle of how much? 950 kwacha. And so we need to take note of that 950 kwacha over here. 950. Okay, so there's this 950. Where is this 950 coming from? It's coming from the trial balance. We were told in the trial balance that the accumulated depreciation on motor vehicle is 950. And so this is where this 950 is coming from. But remember that it is depreciation. Depreciation refers to a loss in value, and therefore correctly put under the net value, this is a negative value. Because ticho sako ndalama, we are reducing on the value of the asset. It is depreciating. And this was the missing link in this particular part of the question. Now, let us try once more to see whether we are going to find an accurate representation of the accounting equation. I'll pull out the calculator. All right. So, owner's equity or liabilities, Nzingat liabilities, 17,300 liabilities. Okay. Plus owner's equity. How much is owner's equity? 21,550. How much does it give us? 38,850. Is this equal to our total assets? Yes, it is equal to our total assets. 38,850. And that is all you had to do. Boom! You get your 20 marks, free marks. If you need lessons, such videos, I'll be happy to take you through. My details are on the screen. Feel free to WhatsApp me and I shall give you feedback. Goodbye for now.